All right, let's talk Google. We've got two new phones on the horizon, the Pixel 9a and the Pixel 10. And trust me, they couldn't be more different. One's all about bang for your buck, the other is the top-of-the-line flagship. So the real question is, which one should you be looking at? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out today.
So, here's the simplest way to look at it. You've got the Pixel 9a, which is your smart value choice. It's going to do everything you need it to do really well without breaking the bank. And then you've got the Pixel 10, the premium powerhouse. This is the one with all the bells and whistles. And that, right there, is the fundamental choice we're going to dig into. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with a head-to-head comparison. Then we'll get into the look and feel, design and display. From there, it's all about what's under the hood, power and performance. Then, of course, the big one, the cameras. We'll wrap up with battery, price, and then the final verdict.
All right, let's jump right in. First up, the challenge, a head-to-head look at the specs. We're going to start with the raw data, just to get a lay of the land, before we really get into what all those numbers mean in the real world.
Whoa, okay. That is a lot of information all at once, I get it. But hey, don't feel like you need to memorize every single spec on here. This is just to give us the big picture. What we're really going to do is zero in on the differences that actually matter. And we're going to start with the most obvious thing, how these phones look and feel in your hand. Okay, on to part 2, design and display. This is all about that first impression, right? The physical stuff, what they're made of, how good the screen looks, and just what kind of vibe you get when you actually hold one.
And boom, right out of the gate, we see a massive difference. The Pixel 9a is rocking a plastic back, which is, pretty standard for a budget-friendly phone. But the Pixel 10, it goes for that premium glass sandwich feel, using the super tough Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on both sides. And this is a big deal. It's not just about feeling fancy. It means the Pixel 10 is just built to take more of a beating. It's way more scratch-resistant and durable.
So when you add it all up, that premium experience on the Pixel 10 isn't just about the glass. You're also getting a screen that's way brighter, which makes a huge difference when you're outside. It's actually a little more compact, so it's easier to handle. And even the fingerprint sensor is a step up. It's an ultrasonic one, which is usually faster and more reliable. It's all these little things.
All right, part 3, power and performance. Time to pop the hood and see what kind of engine is running these things.
Okay, the heart of the matter here is the brain of the phone, the chip. The Pixel 10 is getting the brand new Tensor G5 chip. Now, the techie part is that it's a 3-nanometer chip, but here's what that actually means for you. Just think of it like a next-generation car engine. It's not just more powerful than the G4 chip in the 9a, it's also way more efficient. That means better speed and better battery life. It's a win-win.
And speaking of power, let's talk about RAM. This chart shows it perfectly. The Pixel 10 packs 12 gigs of RAM, while the 9a has 8. Now, what is RAM? The best analogy I've heard is to think of it as your desk space. With more space, you can have more documents and projects spread out at once without everything becoming a cluttered mess. Same thing with your phone. More RAM means you can jump between more apps and the whole experience just feels smoother. So, what does this all add up to? Well, it's really all about future-proofing. Think about it. The Pixel 10 comes with a newer version of Android right out of the box. It has faster storage so your apps load quicker, and of course, it has that more powerful Tensor G5 chip. What this means is, yeah, it's going to feel super fast on day one, but more importantly, it's designed to stay fast for a lot longer.
Okay, now we get to the section that, for a lot of people, is the whole reason you buy a Pixel phone in the first place, the camera. And let me tell you, this is where the difference between these two phones goes from being a gap to a massive canyon.
2 words, optical zoom. This right here,
This is the game changer. The Pixel 10 has a dedicated 5x optical zoom lens. The Pixel 9a doesn't. It's that simple. And honestly, this is probably the single biggest hardware difference between these two phones. Period.
So, what does that mean in the real world? Why should you care? Well, first, it means you can take incredibly sharp, clear photos of things that are far away. No more grainy digital zoom nonsense. Second, it's amazing for portraits. It creates that professional, blurry background look naturally. Bottom line, it gives you creative options that you just flat out do not have with the Pixel 9a.
Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. Section 5 is all about the super practical stuff. Battery life and the price tag. How long does it last through the day, and how much is it going to hurt your wallet? Now, this is actually pretty interesting because it's a real trade-off. Check this out. The Pixel 9a actually has a slightly bigger battery. So on paper, it might last longer. But the Pixel 10 charges way, way faster. We're talking both wired and wireless charging. So it really comes down to a choice. Do you want a bigger gas tank or do you want a super fast pit stop to refuel? It's a tough one.
Okay, let's talk money. First up, the Pixel 9a. The expected price is landing at just under $280, which is, wow, that's really competitive.
And then you have the Pixel 10. With all those extra features we talked about, it's looking like a $400 starting price. Yeah. Seeing those two numbers next to each other really puts that price difference into perspective.
Which, of course, brings us to the million-dollar question, or I guess the $120 question. Is that extra cash for the Pixel 10 time really worth it?
And here we are, the final section, the verdict. Let's put it all together and figure out once and for all which of these Pixels is the right one for you.
Okay, to make this super simple, we're going to do a choose this if breakdown. We'll spell out exactly who should buy each phone, and we'll start with the Pixel 9a.
So the Pixel 9a is for you if, number 1, your budget is king. If you want a great phone without that flagship price, this is it. It's also your pick if you'd rather have a battery that lasts as long as possible and you don't mind slower charging. And if a really good main camera is enough and you don't really care about having a crazy zoom lens, then yeah, this is your phone. Oh, and it's the lighter of the two as well.
Now, you should go for the Pixel 10 if the camera is everything to you. If you want the most powerful, most flexible camera system Google offers with that awesome zoom, this is the only choice. It's also for you if you need that top-of-the-line speed for gaming or heavy multitasking. And finally, if you just appreciate that premium feel of glass and metal and you want the latest goodies like faster charging and a brighter screen, then yeah, the Pixel 10 is the one you want.
So at the end of the day, look, it's not really about which phone is better. They're both fantastic at what they're designed for. The only question that matters is, which one is better for you? Are you all about smart value that gets the job done incredibly well? Or are you looking for that premium power and all the best features? That, right there, is the choice you've got to make.